Next we start moment of inertia in rotation. Moment of inertia is defined as the product of mass and the square of the distance of the mass from the axis of rotation. Suppose this is the axis of rotation and a mass particle m is at perpendicular distance r from it. Then we can say moment of inertia is mr square. So in general, for discrete mass system, we can say moment of inertia is the summation of mi ri square. That means for individual particles, we will find product of mass and their distances from the axis of rotation square and then sum up. So this will give the moment of inertia of a discrete mass system. For a continuous mass system, we have to use the technique of integration to find the moment of inertia. And I is written as integral of dm into r square, where dm is the elementary mass and r is the distance of the elementary mass from the axis of rotations. So this formula is important to find out the moment of inertia, and we will find moment of inertia of very general shapes. Besides these formulae, we have to use two theorems also. One is parallel axis theorem. It can be mathematically written as I equal to I naught plus m into d square. We have to remember it. Very important relation, very important theorem it is. Where I naught is the moment of inertia of object with respect to axis through center of mass, and m is the mass of body, that is a rigid body, and d is the distance between parallel axes. So this theorem we will use to find the moment of inertia in many cases. One more theorem is perpendicular axis theorem. It can be mathematically written as Iz equal to Ix plus Iy. Suppose this is our Cartesian coordinate system. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. X and y are in plane of this paper, and this z-axis is perpendicular to this plane. Then this Iz, moment of inertia about this z-axis is Iz, and this is equal to the sum of Ix plus Iy. So this theorem is also very important. We will use in many cases. Now we take some examples to find the moment of inertia. Here one important point is there. This I naught is the moment of inertia of the object about the axis passing through the center of mass. This is the axis through center of mass. This is to be remember. Now we found the moment of inertia of a ring about the axis. Moment of inertia of a circular ring about its axis. Axis of the circular ring is always passes through the center and perpendicular to the plane. Suppose this is the ring, and in ring mass is distributed along the circumference. Its radius is suppose r, and it has the mass m. So we can write m oblique 2 pi r. This is the mass density. That means mass distributed along the length, that is mass per unit length. Because mass is distributed continuously, therefore we have to use technique of integration to find the moment of inertia, that is I equal to integral di, or we can write it as dm into r square. We have to use this formula. For that, we take an elementary length, say it is dx, and it is subtend an angle d theta. So mass of this elementary length is dm, and we can write dm is equal to mass density multiplied by length of the part. This is dx. So this is the elementary mass. And this elementary length dx subtend an angle d theta, and using the formula angle equal to arc by radius, we can write d theta equal to dx by r, or dx equal to r d theta. Using these formulas, we solve integral. We put value of dm, this is m oblique 2 pi r into dx. Then r square. This is the radius, that is r square. And we have to replace this dx in terms of angle so that we can put the limit of integration. It becomes m oblique 2 pi r into dx is replaced by r d theta into r square. Now theta equal to complete this ring, we suppose start from this point, that is theta equal to 0, and when we complete this ring, it covers angle 2 pi. That means we have to integrate from theta equal to 0 to 2 pi. Constant term will be taken out of the integration. It is m oblique 2 pi r into r square integral d theta, theta equal to 0 to 2 pi. 1 r will be cancelled out, and we left with m r square oblique 2 pi, and integration theta equal to 0 to 2 pi d theta. We know angle d theta equal to theta. Using the formula x raised to the power n dx equal to x raised to power n plus 1 by n plus 1 from the integration. So it will come mr square by 2 pi into theta with lower limit 0, upper limit 2 pi. And we put the limits, we will get 2 pi minus 0. And it is equal to 2 pi minus 0 means 2 pi, and this 2 pi will be cancelled by this 2 pi. Finally, we get mr square. So we can say moment of inertia of the ring about the axis which passes through center and perpendicular to the plane of the ring is mr square. This formula is important to be memorized for ring. If we have to find the, for example, second case is, it is about axis. Now second case is, we have to find the moment of inertia of ring about its diameter. For that, we have to use the perpendicular axis theorem. From the perpendicular axis theorem, we have written Iz equal to Ix plus Iy. Here, our axis is perpendicular to the plane and passes through center, so Iz equal to mr square. And if we see the figure, distribution of the mass about x and y axis will be symmetrical, or any of the diameter it is symmetrical. So we can write Ix equal to Iy equal to I diameter, any of the diameter. This implies that mr square equal to 2 into I diameter. That is, moment of inertia about any of the diameter will be equal to 1 by 2 mr square. This is the another relation for the circular ring. Next, we will take moment of inertia of a disk.